Hello, my soul sister. So excited to be sitting down again with you and chatting on today's show. I really am excited to talk to you about transformation today. It's something I shared on the Instagram the other day, and I'm not sure if you saw it or not, but I thought it would be really cool to just kind of dive into it a little bit more here on the podcast and share it with you. And I found this quote when I was looking up what transformation is, and it means a lot of different things depending on like how spiritual you want to get, or how like just I don't know what's it called, like mental you want to get. But I loved this quote that I found called, "You and I possess within ourselves at every moment of our lives, under all circumstances, the power to transform the quality of our lives, knowing that is what the work is all about," by Werner Erhard. And reading that quote again totally gives me chills. And just like, this is like the juice of it. This is what it fires me up. This is what excites me. And I know it excites you too. But I think you're a little like afraid to step into some pieces of what this transformation could be for you, because you don't want to slow down. You're in that mode of like thinking, I gotta work really hard, I've got to do the things. And I get it. Like I'm right there. I'm going through my own work right now, and I'm like teeter-tottering back and forth between what do I do, what do I not do, but we're taught to work hard and go do all of the things. And while yes, strategy is important, yes, showing up and taking inspired action, quote, inspired action, is what is needed and required for you to like go through life, move through life, build your business, create the relationships that you want, find that community that you're looking for, and build this wealthy, successful, abundant life. And so that's why I wanted to go deeper into transformation today. And to me, there's 4 really key pieces into what transformation is and what you need. And these are in no particular order. They're all like, it's in a circle, and it's like you go back and forth and you work on each of these, and there's no right way, wrong way. There's no, you've got to start here, like that kind of thing with it. But you have to start somewhere. I do think that if you can start with your spiritual connection, this is one of those on that little pie, like spiritual connection is key for all of it. And I think it's like kind of the groundwork, and you've got to start somewhere with your spiritual connection. And then as you go through this process, it will actually grow. It will actually like get stronger, and it'll probably change a little bit, and you're going to navigate your way through that. And it's exciting because for me, it's changed over the years. Like I've always believed in God. And then I came to a space of surrender, and that's when I stepped into the recovery programs. And that's where I found out like, okay, I believe in God, because I didn't want to believe in the religious side of things. I didn't want to believe, I figured there was Jesus, but I was like, don't tell me what to believe. Don't tell me what to do. That came out really strong when I was a kid, the few times that I went to church with a friend. And I didn't understand the spiritual like connection, but I always felt deeply. And I always, like when I was a little girl, I would talk to God all the time, even though I didn't grow up in a home that really spoke of God too much, just because it wasn't a part of, our life. And so it's shifted and it's changed. And I went to church for a while, and now I'm kind of like leaning into this space that feels more like home, and understanding like this is being blown up, way up for me, meaning like my perception of it is just getting bigger, but getting started somewhere with a belief in a higher power, a divine source, whether it's Mother Earth or it's a goddess, it's angels, it's spirit, it's sunlight of the spirit, it's God, it's like, I don't really care what you believe, as long as you know that you are not in charge. Like truly, when you look around in the world, you're not in charge, and there's this energy, there's this outside connection that really brings all of us together. And so having that spiritual connection is like, probably out of all of them, is the foundation. Knowing that you're not in charge, you are here to be energetically in relationship with all things on earth, people, places, things, trees, like all the things. Okay. I think that's most important probably. The next piece is mindset. And a lot of people start here in the mindset. Okay, and mindset is big and people view it as different things. A lot of what I'm seeing is it's the way you're speaking to yourself and it's showing up in an identity. Okay, I am a badass entrepreneur. I create programs that sell out. I have the most amazing relationships. Like really thinking in the forward mode and really focusing on changing your mindset from victim to victor, and coming with that posture. That posture is what comes up for me when I'm sharing this with you, is like that posture. I'm standing into this posture and changing the way I think. And the way we think is so important. And I know you're like me, you have a very, very, very busy mind. And you wonder how to shut it off. Like it doesn't ever want to shut off. And so stepping into that posture, stepping into that mindset, changing the way you think, the words you use are so important. The words that you use, the I am statements, the affirmations, the power statements, that whole focus on what you find is so incredibly important. And gosh, I really hope you guys cannot hear that. And I hope if you can, like Josh can edit this out, because don't want to stop and start this over because I'm in such a roll. So the mindset gets flipped around. It gets changed around. Oh, seriously? Doesn't he know I'm trying to record a podcast here? Like, I'm trying to record a podcast. Okay. So, mindset. The next piece is, it is what it is. This is the life of an entrepreneur. This is when you run your own business and you have an outside office and you have a neighbor who's doing work on their yard. The mindset, okay? The next piece is that healing piece. And again, these are in no particular order, the healing piece. So what does this mean? That means really going in and taking a look at what are those limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are also a part of mindset, but I feel like a lot of coaches and people out there kind of want to skate over and just like, well, just change your mindset. But there's some healing to take place. There's some understanding, getting down to the root of where did these limiting beliefs start? Not for all of them, but for some of them. It's as easy as kind of like changing, what you're thinking. But oftentimes there's this healing. Where did this come from? Who is saying these kinds of things and speaking these kinds of things in your life? And then bringing it into the body. And this is something newer for me that I'm learning, that I'm super excited to teach my clients and bring into my space and share with you guys, because this healing piece is so vital. It's so key in really like incorporating you stepping into that woman that you are. The woman, the power, your highest self, like really stepping into that is the healing piece. And that's what's so unique about the coaching that I do, is because we do the mindset work, we do the spiritual connection, we do the inspired action, which is going to come next. But we also go in and do that healing, like take it into the body. That's through meditation, breath work, visualization. Oh my goodness. And all of the things. But I think this is a key corner that oftentimes people want to miss. This is why you find yourself burnt out. This is why you find yourself overwhelmed, stressed. This is why you find yourself like not figuring out, well, I thought I took care of this already. And why am I doing this again? Like, why am I here again? Why am I thinking this again? And this is when you run into the blocks. This is when you get stuck and you get to a certain point. You have a lot of, you have so much success, and then you're like, but I don't have, like, you're feeling like you're running down thin. And then the next thing is the inspired action. And this comes from your mindset, from your healing, from that spiritual connection, diving into who your higher self is, connecting to what your purpose is. This is why I'm so big on finding out what your purpose is, because we're all here for a reason, right? We're all here for a reason. And it's not what we do, because we can take our purpose and go do anything in the world. We can be an entrepreneur. We can be a speaker, a writer, an author. We could be a cashier at the grocery store. We could be a banker at the local bank. Like, it doesn't matter what you go do. When you're aligned with your purpose, you are just so in who you are, in your highest self, that you show up in whichever way you want to, knowing that this is what your purpose is, and knowing this is what you bring to the world, that you bring the light, you bring the joy, you bring the fun, you bring the laughter, or you bring like the deep connection, whatever that purpose is for you. And the inspired action comes in because it's more in line with who you are and who you want to be. Yes, you are going to do some things that you don't want to do. This doesn't mean we don't do things we don't necessarily want to, that we just have a better observation of those things that we don't want to, or are they because like they truly are not aligned, or because we know it's going to get us, push us forward out of our comfort zone into that like powerful being that you are. So inspired action is that last key piece. Inspired action and the energy that you put out when you are aligned, because you've done the mindset, you've done the healing. And I want to go back to the healing really quick. The healing is not something that necessarily you have to stay in. I know you think that you're going to go in there and you're going to hurt and it's going to cry and you're so emotional. Yeah, there probably might be some emotions. There's a problem with you not allowing yourself to feel the emotions, okay? They're being stored in your body. So if you have ailments in your body, there's a reason for that. They're being stored in your body, and so you're not able to move forward in the way that you want to. But you don't have to stay there. It doesn't have to be a long process, okay? And you don't have to do it alone. If you hire somebody to do it with you, like me, like a coach like me, okay? So spiritual connection, mindset, healing, inspired action, 4 key components to the transformation that you are looking for. And you are given an opportunity daily to show up for yourself and create the transformation within yourself. And that's by showing up and being tuned into who you are, what's coming up with you, being grounded and connected to the divine source. Thinking forward and thinking about how amazing you are, and knowing that, okay, if I do some breathing right now, wow, whatever's coming up, like I can breathe into it and just observe it and like kind of release it and let it go. If something's coming up for you, it's coming up for a reason, okay? We'll get more on that later in another episode, but I just wanted to dive quicker into this one for you. If you are interested in finding out more about what this could look like for you, if you feel like you're missing one of those key components, reach out to me. Let's jump on a discovery call. Let's start talking about how we can start to transform what is happening in your life. And if you're not sure what that is, like you're not even 1,000% sure, like, okay, I don't know if I'm off or not. Well, I love that this quote that one of my mentors had shared the other day, something about you can't see if the house needs to be cleaned if you can't see the dirt, something like that. And so I've created a check-in sheet for yourself, a check-in sheet where you get to literally go sit down and take a little inventory of your life. Where's it at right now? Grade it, like put some numbers to it, and it gets you to take a look and to actually see the dirt in your life. And if one of those spaces is not where you want it to be, then there's opportunity there, right? There's always opportunity. And so if you want to go take a look at that, head on over to my Instagram bio, click the link in my bio, get my freebie. It's completely free. It's a quick little inventory sheet for you. It'll give you a really good indication of where you're at. If one of these is out of alignment, if one of these is a little off kilter. So a little bit longer episode today, but I felt it was really, really important to share this with you. I'm excited about talking more about this and getting really, really clear on it with you and helping you navigate this space and in this way. And you know what to do. Like, I know if you know somebody who is in need of this, needs to hear this little kick in the pants to get their Monday, their week started off right, send them the episode, screenshot, post it on your social media, tag me, all of the things. Thank you so much. I love you, and I will see you soon.